Shedeur Sanders, 5 rounds and not one team spoke up. So the real question is, what were they all told?
No excuse. You gotta go out there and perform. Like, there's no choice, there's no question. Nobody cares if this was 1 week of prep. Who cares? You know? So a lot of people want to see me fail, and it ain't gonna happen. You know, it ain't gonna happen.
In the media, he went at the NFL. Now, to me, Todd Monken can clearly see that the NFL do not respect the Cleveland Browns. Now, I kind of feel like they got every right to not respect them, because look at the goofy mistakes they've been doing all these damn years. Hell, if it wasn't for Shedeur Sanders looking like the next coming to Jesus for them, they'll still be in the sweller, dollar, sinker hole that they've been all these years. I just got to keep it real, bro. Shedeur came and saved y'all whole brand.
Y'all, I need you to stop whatever you're doing right now, because what I'm about to show you, this is not just another NFL draft story. This is about a young man who did everything right, and the system still tried to bury him. Shedeur Sanders, 5 rounds. 5 rounds. He sat there and watched lesser-known quarterbacks get called before him. And now, the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, Todd Monken, is standing in front of the media and basically exposing the whole situation. I got the receipts. Stay with me. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now, because we cover the stories the mainstream media tries to skip over. Let's go.
Oh, I really don't give a shit. I mean, it had nothing to do with me. I mean, they moved the meeting. I didn't miss it. I was just trying to get a sweet haircut. I mean, that's what I was trying to do. And then they moved the meeting. Now, you can blame that I should have been at the meeting when they moved it up and my ass would have known that's when it was. Yeah, okay, I gotcha. And was it disappointing? You bet your ass it was disappointing. I waited my whole life to be a head coach. I'm not in the head coach's picture. You'd think with AI they could have done that quickly and got me in there. But no, it's the way it is. It'll be under the bridge, and what'll matter most is how we move from here and do we win or not. That ultimately, none of that will matter.
Let me paint this picture for you real quick. Shedeur Sanders comes out of Colorado, Deion Sanders' son. Yes, but forget the last name for a second. Look at the tape. Look at the stats. Look at what this kid did in college. The numbers don't lie. He can play. Coaches know it. Scouts know it. Everybody in that league knows it. So somebody explain to me, how does a quarterback with that level of talent, that level of preparation, that level of football IQ, how does he sit through 5 rounds of the NFL draft? 5 rounds. That is not an oversight. That is not bad luck. That is a message. And the Cleveland Browns, they finally drafted him. But the way it went down, the way this whole league handled the situation, Todd Monken saw everything. He was there, and he is not staying quiet anymore. Now, Todd Monken just had his first real press conference as the Browns head coach, and man, this dude came in with a completely different energy. First thing, the NFL coach's photo. You heard about this? They scheduled the official head coach's photo, and somehow the time got moved without Monken knowing. He was out getting a fresh haircut. He showed up ready to go, and they had already taken the picture without him. I know some people laughed at that story, but think about what that actually represents. This is a man who waited over 30 years to become a head coach in this league, and the very first official moment, the photo that goes in the history books, they could not wait 5 minutes. They moved on without him. But here is what I respect about this man. He did not go up there and cry about it. He stood at that podium and said, "You bet your ass it was disappointing." And then he moved on, because he understands that the only thing that ever changes a narrative is winning. That is a real coach right there. But then, and this is where it gets serious, the media tried to come at him sideways. They asked about the Browns' reputation, the whole what can go wrong will go wrong narrative that has followed this franchise for years, and Monken did not flinch. He broke it down simple. You want to change the story? Win, score, play well. It is not complicated. And the way he said it, calm, cold, absolutely sure of himself. That tells me everything I need to know about how he's going to handle Shedeur Sanders going forward.
There. We ain't finna get into that rabbit hole. But what we are going to talk about is Todd Monken pretty much exposing the NFL for not liking him or his damn quarterback. We just seen how the NFL made Shedeur sit 4 rounds before he got drafted, man. He didn't get drafted with really 5. He said 5 rounds before he got drafted. And then now we got Todd Monken responding to missing the NFL photo. Now, we know damn well this coach been waiting to get his photo taken for 35 years. He been waiting and waiting. And the day come, he wanted to make sure he got that fresh fade. He wanted to make sure he was ready to go.
Now let us talk about the elephant in the room, because this is what this whole video is really about. Shedeur Sanders falling 5 rounds in that draft was not normal. Let me say that one more time for everybody in the back. That was not normal. Top quarterbacks with his profile and his production do not fall 5 rounds. It does not happen. Not without a reason. Not without somebody making phone calls. Not without a narrative being pushed behind closed doors. Now, I am not here to throw wild accusations. I am not going to sit here and tell you it was definitely this team or that front office. But what I will tell you is this. When a player of Shedeur's caliber slides that far, you are obligated to ask questions. Who was talking to who? What was being said in those war rooms? What stories were being circulated to make 31 teams pass on this man? Because here is the truth about the NFL. It is a business, and in business, people who challenge the status quo make powerful people uncomfortable. Shedeur Sanders, with his confidence, his pedigree, his father's legacy, his refusal to shrink, he was never just a quarterback prospect. He was a statement, a bold, undeniable statement. And some people in this league did not want that statement being made on a big stage. Todd Monken, whether he said it directly in that press conference or not, his entire energy was this: we see exactly what happened to this young man. We went and got him, and now you are going to watch what we do with him. That is not a coach managing expectations. That is a coach who knows exactly what he has, and who knows exactly what this league tried to do to his quarterback. Now let us get into the Browns' quarterback room, because this is another important layer to this whole story. You've got 3 names right now: Shedeur Sanders, Deshaun Watson, and Dillon Gabriel. And Monken was very careful and very deliberate about how he talked about all 3 of them. He did not hand Shedeur the starting job on day 1. He said there is enough to like about each of these quarterbacks, and honestly, I respect that approach. You do not walk in and crown a rookie before training camp starts, no matter who his father is, no matter what the hype says. But then Monken said something that caught everybody off guard. He said Dillon Gabriel, the guy that literally everybody had already written off and moved past, was playing the position at a very high level early on.
There's enough there of all 3. I mean, I think we'd all be able to say that. There's enough there to really like Deshaun, the way he plays. And there's enough there to really like the way Shedeur played at the back end of the year. And there's enough early in the year from Dillon that is playing the position at a very high level. So I don't see it as, it's been brought up a lot more to me than really what I think about, other than, someone's going to have to start off first, and someone's going to go second, and someone's going to go third. And then we'll be willing to switch that. That's easily, on a daily basis, what we see, just like any position. That's not set in stone.
Now, before y'all start panicking in the comments, hear me out. That is a coach doing his job the right way. That is Monken making absolutely sure that nobody in that locker room gets comfortable, because a complacent quarterback room is a losing quarterback room every single time. The reality is simple. Shedeur Sanders is the future of the Cleveland Browns franchise. You do not fall 5 rounds, get drafted by a team that is desperately hungry for hope and identity, and then ride the bench for 3 years. The stage is being set. The competition is real, and it should be real. But the destination,
Everybody inside that building already knows where this story is heading. Shedeur just has to go out there and take what is his. And based on everything we have seen from this young man his entire life, he absolutely will. I want to step back for 1 second and talk about what this really means, because this is so much bigger than football. Shedeur Sanders walking into that Cleveland Browns facility is a young man who was told, through the actions of 31 NFL teams, that he was not worth a first-round pick, not worth a second-round pick, not worth a third, not worth a fourth. 5 rounds of silence, 5 rounds of being passed over on the biggest stage in professional football while the whole world was watching. And he still showed up. He kept his head down. He did not go on social media and explode. He did not demand to be traded before he ever took a single NFL snap. He is doing the work quietly and with his head held high. That kind of character, that is what champions are built from. And now you have a head coach in Todd Monken who is standing in front of the media and validating everything Shedeur went through, not with a speech, but with his attitude, with the way he pushes back against this league's narrative, with the way he refuses to let Cleveland be the punchline that everyone expects it to be year after year. These two found each other for a reason, and I genuinely believe that right now, today, we are watching the very beginning of something truly special happening in Cleveland, Ohio. Look, at the end of the day, the NFL tried to write Shedeur Sanders out of the first chapter of his own story. They tried to dim his light before it ever got the chance to shine on the biggest stage in the world. But here's what they forgot. You can delay a king, but you cannot deny him. Shedeur Sanders is a Cleveland Brown. Todd Monken is in his corner, and this entire league is about to find out exactly what happens when you try to silence someone who was born to speak. Drop a comment below right now. Do you think Shedeur starts week 1 for the Browns? I want to hear from every single one of you. Hit that like button if you have been riding with Shedeur since day 1. And if you are new to this channel, subscribe. We do not miss around here. I will see you in the next one. Peace.